Who is crazier, AfterBuzzers, Lydia or Petit Fleur? We're going to discuss the Real Housewives of Melbourne right here on AfterBuzz.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I love our Middle Eastern.
I want their hats and everything.
Oh my God. All the outfits, the food, the camel rides. It's all fabulous. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Angela Struck. I'm your host today. You can find me on Twitter at the Angela Struck and on Instagram and Snapchat at Angela Struck. And with me is Hayley. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, girl? Hi guys, I'm Hayley Clover. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Hayley Clover.
So we are discussing not one, but two episodes because we weren't here last week for Labor Day. So an American holiday. So basically a lot to talk about.
Yes.
The women are now in Dubai. We saw Chyka say, you know, I'm planning this royal wedding in Dubai. We're all going to go and it's going to be great. What have your impressions been thus far of the trip?
Okay, so one, I want to go to Dubai.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
Two, I want Chyka's job.
I know.
I mean, she's just like the coolest person ever.
I know.
And we'll talk about this more, I'm sure, with the second episode. We see a little bit more of her working and doing that kind of thing. But everything just seems so like luxurious and over the top and just so cool. Like it's a totally different world.
And you can tell she loves what she's doing.
Yes.
She always, every time she kind of presents, you know, a dinner party or whatever to the group, she's kind of glowing right before because she's so proud and excited about it. I actually wore my accent necklace in honor of Chyka.
You're so smart. That's
because
so good.
she's always wearing those accent
She
necklaces,
is.
like every single time. It's hilarious, but we love her. So we kind of start out, they're in Dubai, they're at the Atlantis, which looks over the top.
I mean, yeah.
It's crazy. We see them kind of doing different activities. Jackie was there with the dolphins and kind of was picking up on energy and everything from
crazy,
the
right?
dolphin. She actually was correct.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, you know, cute and fun. The girls seemed to be getting along. And then Petit Fleur and Janet and Susie were there with the...
I would have chosen that activity, I think.
Really?
They were swimming with sharks and stingrays.
Yeah.
And I did, okay, the one thing that I thought was cute that Petit Fleur did in the last two episodes, and there's only one, and this is it, was that she went and grabbed their butts when they were like kind of scared still, and it freaked him out for sure, and I thought that was funny.
Very funny. Yeah. I thought, you know, of course, it's the sharks swimming with the sharks, so, you know, it was kind of funny a scene. I don't know, I'd be very scared to do that, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it's like,
you must know it's
if they're
okay.
letting that many people do it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's still wild animals. You never know.
Yeah, there's always that
small
chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cute. And then we all saw them going shopping.
Yes.
Which, what did you think of Petit Fleur's behavior at, I think it was it Dolce & Gabbana, or I can't remember what store they were in, but she had the dress on and then she had the sunglasses and she was acting so narcissistic. I mean, classic Petit Fleur, but like, what would you do if you were shopping with somebody like this?
I would walk out of the store easily. I'd say, okay, that's fine. If you want to like stare at yourself in the mirror for the next 5 hours, have at it. I'm literally leaving and going somewhere else. It was awful, and it's one of like 1,000 narcissistic things that she did over the last two episodes, and she keeps saying like, well, if you guys were me, like you'd act this way too.
It's like,
no,
they actually are all kind of your equivalent. And the crazy thing is, let's be honest, all the women on these Real Housewives shows are a bit narcissistic and like self-absorbed and over the top.
Sure.
She's on such another level. She makes them all look normal and humble and kind and caring, and she's just like, it's insane to me.
Well, and because she has this new body, and I was the first to say at the first episode that I thought she looked amazing.
Yeah.
But ended at that, like, if anything, use that as a platform to discuss why it's important to get healthy and why you feel so much better now and you're so much more active. Not, you know, I'm trying to show off my sexuality and whatever.
And I'm all
others
for, like,
feel
bad about it. Like, I thought Gina was spot on. She kind of said, like, it's Petit Fleur is trying things on with a bit of a, I'm better than you. And it's this kind of tongue-in-cheek, you know, and she says you can feel it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the thing that's so off-putting about it. Is it's not just like, hey, look at me, boom, 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 shine, 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 I'm fabulous. It's like, I'm better than you. You wish you were me. And it's like, girl, like, calm it down. Like, it's just, it comes off really gross. And I think the women are literally...
They're at the end of their rope. Like, it's just, when we see it, it blows
so
up.
we go, so we see them ride on the camels. Gina was freaking out of the camel.
Okay, Gina, let's talk, girl. Yeah. That camel was doing nothing wrong.
No.
She could have stayed on the camel.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit of a diva moment for her.
Right, but who knows? I mean, maybe she's
afraid.
Like, yeah, and she's like, very honest to me most of the time. She's very honest. So she probably was scared. She
must have just been afraid.
But I saw Janet in front of her like, ooh, I could ride this camel all day long. And I'm like, yeah, that would be me.
Yeah,
I'd totally get on that camel.
No, I think it looked like a blast. And once in a lifetime opportunity, you know? I think when you're in that kind of situation, take advantage, go for it. But whatever, you know, to each his own. Yeah. So we get to the dinner. And which was gorgeous, and Chyka set it up, and her husband and her son showed up, which was so sweet. I actually have really come to love Chyka's husband, but we'll get to more of that and the rumors and everything later. But anyway, so we see that, and then all hell breaks loose towards Petit Fleur. Basically, if you guys, you know, to remind you, Petit Fleur says a comment to Chyka about her lipstick, and she's been saying this over and over again, and Chyka finally is just like, what's your deal? You know, like, stop it. And
what a dumb thing to comment on, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I was going to comment on anyone something and had the balls to just, like, straight up to their face tell them something I didn't like about them, it's not going to be your lipstick.
Yeah, and it's like, she's just planned this beautiful dinner.
Right.
You know, who goes to an event that somebody's planned and starts attacking the host?
Right.
I mean, it's like you're a crazy person.
Right.
So, anyway, she does this, and basically all the women just kind of say, like, what is wrong with you? You know, they've tolerated it all day with the shopping. Jackie had it up to here already with when she was asking for the reading. You know, she's so rude to everybody, but then she says, aren't you my friend? Aren't you my friend? It's like, I don't know. What do you think, Hayley?
I think the problem with this group is that every single one of them at some point on this trip has stirred the pot for somebody else. So it was Susie with Jackie saying that, you know, Lydia said that her energy has changed. She's a totally different person. Right. It was, you know, well, not that Lydia's stirring the pot with Chyka because she keeps commenting on how it's her Dubai and her trip, which, by the way, like made me throw up. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Everybody with Petit Fleur, Gamble with Gina, Gina. Just everyone had something going on, and then add Petit Fleur's annoyance on top of all of it, and they're just like, I can't do it anymore. I'm done.
Yeah, I think these trips always drive them a bit mad.
Like
Bravo's just like, let's get all these crazy bitches on a trip together and wait till they go insane. Oh my God. And every time it happens, they lose their cool, because I think when they're like at home and they can go shoot for 5 hours and then come back home and be like, hey honey, I'm so annoyed at whoever. But like, there's no break from the madness. Right. So Gina really let Petit Fleur have it. And I was like, yes, girl, yes. Like, I was so sick of it, and it was like, finally somebody is saying what needs to be said. Yeah. And like calling her out for being the victim and for crying. You know, I can't stand those people that they act rude all day long. And then when you try and say like you're kind of like really being frustrating, they then start to cry and get upset. Right. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then her lying down instead of going home if she wanted to. Oh my God,
she's just such a child. Like, there's so many attention needs, and she's so insecure. It's hard to watch. Yeah. And it's awful because she is a beautiful woman. I do think she's very beautiful. Yeah. But I can't stand the way that she acts. Yeah. I just can't. And Janet saying that she was, you know, done with it, even though she ended up deciding to make up and give her a hug, which is totally Janet. But that would have been me. I would have been like, listen, I'm
done. I'm done. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for her son.
And for her, her
children,
right.
But also living with somebody like that, like as your mother.
Right, she
like,
wonders why he moved out.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. So, you know, trying to rationalize with an irrational person. It's just like,
You know what's terrible with her too is it, and she even says it at the dinner. It goes in one ear and totally out the other. She's like, "I'm not listening. I'm not listening. I'm not listening."
like a child. You said like a child,
Right, and it's with these girls. I mean, they do listen. They come off really harsh.
Yeah.
And I get it. I would probably get to that point with her too, where I would kind of blow up like Gina,
Yeah.
and then have to be like, "Listen, I'm sorry I yelled at you, but like, get it through your head. We're trying to keep you in this group and have you in this group and hang around, but we're not going to be able to do that unless you know, chill out a little bit."
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's so much.
Well, they're harsh, but at the same point in time, nobody would talk that way to Gamble or, you know, somebody that's a bit softer.
Right.
Petty Fleur dishes it out all day long. She
Right.
sat at the tea or lunch or whatever after their shopping and was like, anybody that doesn't like it can get out. Like, you know, get up from the table. Like, it's just like, what are you talking about?
Right, like yeah, why can't you just say,
be
"Oh my God, I'm really
normal.
sorry,"
Yeah,
or like, "Okay,
be
I'll
like,
try
oh
to
wow,
figure it
that
out."
would hurt my feelings. Like she's always acting like she's tough as nails, and then the second people attack her or call her out on her BS, they, you know, she melts and she cries and she acts like a victim, and it's just like,
Right,
you can't have your cake and eat it too.
right, and she does say like, "You guys, it's not right for you to decide and tell me how to live my life and how to act." You're absolutely right on that. And even the girls say, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But then she goes into an entire thing of like, you know, everything else and everything they've done to her and never what she's done to them. So
Yeah.
I have to side with all of the other girls
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, because she also is saying, don't tell me how to live my life, but I'm going to constantly be critical of all
everybody
you
else's, right.
and tell you what lipstick you should wear.
And they say like, if you can't dish it,
don't,
you know, don't, because we're gonna dish it right back.
Exactly.
So,
If it's, you know, too hot, get out of the kitchen.
Right.
So, yes. So then we see the next day, which I found hilarious when they were all shopping, and only Lydia and Petty Fleur were not included.
oh boy.
So all the women were kind of like flabbergasted by the evening and needed a break. And I think they all went shopping, and some of them were trying on the headpieces and kind of laughing about Petty Fleur. The others were kind of like recapping it. And then we see Lydia and Petty Fleur meet up at the pool.
And they missed the whole part of learning about the culture of Dubai and going to that whole lunch. And gosh, you're going to go that far, like learn something while you're there. That was amazing. I thought
Sit
that guy
by
was
a pool.
hilarious, by the way. And,
and yeah, that guy was amazing. And Janet flirting.
Oh, so funny.
She's hilarious.
and how they edited it to make it seem like Jackie was literally
just wanted
only
the
staring at
food.
food. I mean, it was funny, but all of those things, they missed out. And for such a dumb conversation on the beach. I mean, again, Petty Fleur, like, freaks out, can't listen to anything. Lydia, just, again, if you guys have watched from the beginning of these after shows,
I know. Well, I think this episode I've been on the fence with Lydia and kind of not known. I think she's funny and entertaining at times, but now I think when I hear what Jackie was saying at the dinner, which we'll get into, I think she's actually not a nice person. I actually am not a fan of her.
Right.
So now she is a Lydia. Yeah. But I thought that conversation at the pool was literally the blind leading the blind. Like the one was dumber than the other.
Right.
And literally Petty Fleur was being like, oh my gosh, people, you know, I'm so done, you know, poorly done by and so sad. But then she's like, let me talk. You won't let me talk. It's just like she's being the same person.
She's literally 12.
Yeah. And then Lydia was like, I guess Lydia kind of stood up to her, but then I think Lydia's so afraid to have no allies that she then kind of backtracked and was like, I'm just going to give you your time and like, here's a hug and like, but they hate each other.
Yeah. And Lydia's a button pusher.
Yeah.
Lydia knows when to like say one thing or do something that's going to push your buttons just enough to where, you know, she kind of turns the knife a little bit.
Yeah, she does. But I just think Petty Fleur is certifiably crazy. It's literally mind-boggling how your sister, your son, all the women you're working with, like on this show,
can tell you
the same thing, and you literally still will not even let it penetrate at all.
Well, right, and it's like it's got to come to a point where you're like, why am I single? Why don't I have family around? Why are my friends, you know, not wanting to be around me? How do you possibly ignore
check yourself, you know? It's like, check yourself. So anyway, yes, this chic lunch, that was adorable. That was really fun scene. And then we see the dinner. And this dinner, I thought was even better than the one before.
Oh, it was so
and I didn't
good.
think the one, you know, at the Bedouin tents could be topped, but this one was even better.
Yeah.
So they come in, and I think they were all fed up of the Petit Fleur stuff.
Yeah.
And kind of just wanting to break from it all.
Well, and there was a huge elephant in the room, so everyone was like, is it
Yeah.
going to be talked about? Is it not going to be talked about? Who's going to bring it up? Like, when's it going to start?
It's funny how women always try, though, and like sweep it under the rug. Like,
Right,
they
but-
were all like, oh, we missed you today. Like,
Right. Which is so fake.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me. I don't know. What
But then,
would
like,
you do?
but then
though?
hold
What are you
it
gonna-
in for the next 5 months and then
make
bring it up 5
passive-aggressive
months
stuff.
from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do in that situation? You're on a trip with people. You've got to go to this dinner.
If it was me and I had a personal issue, let's say it was me and Petit Fleur, I'd have to go talk to her before dinner.
Yeah.
But this is a reality TV show.
Yeah.
They're not going to let them see each other
Yeah.
before they get to this
That's
dinner.
true.
Because otherwise, there'd be nothing for us to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you, Bravo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she was actually the one that now kind of started this whole speech. And I did, for a hot second, think that she was actually going to apologize or say something not so terrible.
Yeah.
And a couple words in, all of a sudden, it was like, here we go. This isn't going to end well.
Yeah, I mean, so basically Gamble was bringing up the principles that they had learned from the Sheik about checking yourself and asking for forgiveness from those you've wronged. And they're to do that, I think, 4 or 5 times a day. Yeah. So Petit Fleur, of course, seizes this opportunity to bring it back to her and how she's been so wronged and how
Right.
people should check themselves about how they treated her,
Right.
mistreated her. And everyone kind of is just like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? We haven't even gotten our appetizers yet. Like, and you're already starting back on this and making it about you, and the whole night's going to be about you again. And I actually love Janet, like, piped in, stood up for it. And then when
Yep.
she saw it wasn't going anywhere, she's like, you know what? I'm tapped out. I actually don't even want to be your friend anymore.
Right.
You should just leave and get fucked.
Yeah, I love when they say that.
I know, it's
Get
hilarious. Yeah, and like, I was so glad that she said that, because it's like, yeah, like, no one wants you here. So why are you being such a little... And then she's like, I'm not leaving the table. Nobody can make me leave the table, like in her interview.
And I think if I was Petit Fleur, I'd just sit there and shut up.
Yeah.
Like, I'd just get through the trip at this point.
Yeah. Or at least just be like, you know what? Maybe I've done things to upset you guys, and, you know, I'm going to work on that, but you guys really did hurt me. And I'd like
Right.
to move forward in this friendship. So maybe if we could come to agreement that if we have a problem with each other, we'll handle it in this way or
Right,
something.
right.
But instead, she's again like, I'm a
That's
victim.
never
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah. So who kind of, so as Janet said that, and then Petit Fleur actually apologized, but she said in her interview that it was only just
What
to
a little
appease her.
bitch.
Yeah.
It would have been fine. Just leave it at that, because now you know when we get to the reunion after they watch this, like,
Yeah.
you didn't help yourself at all there.
Yeah, I know. She thinks she's funny.
Yeah, right. She does.
She
and
thinks
it's
she's
just not.
hilarious, and it's like, girl, you're not.
Not
You're
funny.
just like a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So that's what happened there, and then
And then it gets even better.
yes, so then she's giving hugs, and Gina gives a hug to Petit Fleur, and Gamble gets pissed because Gamble's like, why am I losing my friendship? You're so fake. You're now friends with her. Gina and I were so close,
Right.
and now you kind of ditched me. And Gina was not having it.
No, she lost it.
Yeah. I think she was pissed that she was making her look like a bad person and a bad friend.
Right.
But I understood where Gamble was coming from, and I actually thought Gamble's tears were sincere.
I do too. And I think that if that was my wedding and it was my best friend and she was going to be the officiant, my best friend should have never once even thought to leave any part of that, unless beforehand she was like, listen, it's my son's birthday. He really asked if we could watch the Celebrity
Yeah.
Apprentice, and I haven't been. There are grown women. They've all been through
Yeah.
100 weddings. Most of them have probably married more than once. It's like,
Yeah.
thank you for asking me. Absolutely. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Or can you at least just be here till 9, tape it and watch
Yeah.
it? You know, whatever. There are
Right.
so many ways to get
Handle
around
it
that
better.
and help.
And she also was kind of lying about it and kind of like.
That's the
yeah.
part that would bug me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the fact that you left. I can get over that. Whatever. I had a beautiful wedding. You
Yeah.
didn't ruin any part
Yeah.
of it. Let's
right,
be honest.
Right.
It's the fact that you lied about it
Yeah.
after and like just can't admit that you just went to watch it.
Yeah.
Just admit it.
I don't know why she did that. And then the other thing that I thought was bad about Gina was you're dealing with somebody like Gamble. You did officiate her wedding. You obviously do have a genuine friendship with this person. So maybe treat her, you know, and she's a soft person, Gamble. She's not one of the stronger fighter kind of attitudes. So she should have been a little softer with her, in my opinion. Gina.
Yeah.
Gina kind of came on strong.
Gina is soft.
Yeah.
I mean, there's every once in a while little moments, but not, despite her, you know, hair and appearance and being so girly, she's not a soft person.
No, she's not. She's an aggressive, strong barrister, you know, woman. But I think you also should kind of understand your friends.
I also, at this point, think with all of this trouble, it's not the time, Gamble.
Yeah, it wasn't the time. You're
know
right.
what?
At a dinner party full of people, if she had sat down,
That, it's like, why do we keep adding fuel to the fire? Talk about it after you guys have had drinks and gotten through dinner.
You're exactly right.
Like, just leave it be. It's not that big of a deal.
And it was like a second of peace because Petit Fleur had just apologized and was giving hugs, and then it was like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Well, and Gamble sang that hilarious song. Like, that was super funny.
Yeah, that was really
funny.
funny.
And everyone like loved it, and it was a moment where everyone was like, "Okay, let's drink, let's have fun, whatever." And then it was just like,
yeah. Gina, she should have taken Gina's side and handled that differently. I agree, but then.
Another one that could have probably waited, but
this was the best part of the whole night.
Yeah.
Because I personally, I mean, Lydia's a little annoying, but I kind of didn't know, you know, maybe if we were in Australia and we were reading more of the Australian tabloids, we'd know a bit more of the gossip that Lydia has been spinning, it seems like. But I didn't really know that she was such a, you know,
shit talker.
Yeah. So she
and she's super insecure too. Talk about the blog issue. They're talking about blogs. Nobody talked about my blog. Are you kidding? It's a blog. All they said was great job, Chyka. It's not like we have to go around and give a compliment to every person at the table. It's like how old are you?
And hold on, before we get to this, I just thought of, what did you think of the wedding planning Chyka was doing for this wedding?
My God.
Like, this wedding must be like $10 million.
Right, that's what I was thinking. They're gonna build glass tables.
Yeah.
They were gonna fly in trees from wherever the F they were flying them in from. I mean, I want to see it, but I didn't realize that was just a female
only
ceremony.
Women. I had no idea. How interesting.
I don't think I'd want to spend all the money.
I know. I just...
The guys are fun. I want the guys around.
Yeah, but I guess it just speaks to their culture.
Yeah,
like, I guess they just don't mix that much.
Do you think they're allowed to take off their
maybe
forget what it's called?
The burqa?
Burqa,
like, I guess. I don't.
When it's all women?
I don't know. I don't know.
And maybe that's why they do it, so that they can be open. I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems so bizarre
But
to
I
me.
would love to be an intern.
I would
don't pay me. I don't care. Just
I know.
go through the process with her and see everything. I think that would be so cool.
Mind-boggling. And she said that the dessert buffet was like a half a mile long.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't even understand how that works, but
that sounds like my kind of wedding.
Yeah.
I want a dessert
buffet. I mean, it's just, I can't even imagine how expensive that is. And, like, she lives in Melbourne, so they're flying her in to do this wedding. Like, wow.
That is the dream.
Yeah. And then she gets, I'm sure, like, a good commission on everything. So she's making a pretty penny.
Yeah, I mean, and you can tell.
Kudos to Chyka.
Good for you. I'd like to know how she starts.
Yes.
I'm going to have to
I know.
Look that up.
Why can't her daughter just, like, get involved in that? Like... You know, I guess the drama is
the son and the daughter are very different.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
the son
very
seems
different.
to have his act together.
Yes.
And the daughter seems to be a bit of a troublemaker.
But she'll end up being the one that's super successful.
You think so?
I think they'll both be successful. You can't have parents like that and end up, I mean, you could, but like the chances are, when in doubt, join the family business and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And he has his stuff together for 19, and I think she's confused, but I think that there's a lot of late bloomers when it comes to successful people.
Yeah.
And it's because they're so creative, they can't decide what the hell they want to do.
Yeah, I don't know if that's her problem, though.
No.
Apparently she's partying a lot. Like, apparently she's like...
But she's also, how old is she?
Kardashian. You know?
She's like 21, right?
Yeah.
She's at that age. Like, if she was continuing college, I was partying at 21.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot.
Wouldn't see you going to your parents being like, I'm dropping out of school.
Well, no,
I'm
I
not
love
110% happy with it.
Right, no.
Welcome to life.
You're right.
In what place are you ever 100% happy, like 110% happy with your situation? Like,
right, no.
Unless you're like a child on the playground. Like, you know, it's like
and
when
that
you
could
get
be a bit of an
adult,
attention thing.
I think
for
she's
some
like,
kind of...
my mom's a housewife, and Chyka's not on the show next season.
She's not.
No, because her daughter is acting up.
Oh,
So
wow.
I think she's like, it's too
Taking
much
a break.
attention.
Well, that says a lot to her character,
It is.
too.
She's amazing. But anyway, okay.
Okay, back to Lydia.
So
and the
back
fight.
to the drama. So basically, Jackie had gotten wind from Susie that Lydia had said that Jackie's energy has changed and is negative now.
Yes.
So Jackie was not happy about it, and she was like, you know what? If anybody's energy is negative, it's yours. You talk crap about everybody. You say awful things about everybody. The rumors that you said could destroy families, and you're disgusting.
I want to find out what they are so bad.
So I looked
gotta
them
be
up.
Chyka.
So the rumor with Chyka is that her husband's gay.
Okay.
Which, Dan actually had mentioned that was like a thing in Melbourne. People say that. I did not get that vibe this episode at all. Sometimes I think because of the field that he's in, he's doing events, he's doing flowers, he's doing, it can kind of come off that way.
Feminine.
And I think we see him with Chyka, and he has a very soft side with Chyka that like he'll be there picking out her, dress with her or whatever. And it can kind of come off like a little...
Sure.
But I really didn't get that vibe when I saw him with his son, and his son was kind of saying that he went to Amsterdam and got into trouble,
like,
and he
"Oh,
was
he
like,
told
you
me a
tell
little
me
bit."
about, I got like
Yeah, I
a very masculine vibe. And, if Lydia is starting those rumors on just nothing and, to be
So mean.
evil, it's awful because that's so hurtful to the kids, to Chyka.
It's just so hard for me to believe, too, that anyone that would have children and that business and everything could just have that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Could just have that situation.
Yeah.
Like, how could you never want to actually be with someone? Like,
Yeah.
I do feel like they have very much a love. I have a really good family friend at home who owns a hair salon and spa. And it's the exact same situation. People don't say it, but it's like people could see why you would say, oh, he's so feminine.
Yeah.
But it's...
You're
It's just
exactly
his,
right.
I
have a family friend that owns a salon too back at home, and people said the same thing about him.
Right.
I
It's
think
just
that
the
if you're a
surroundings.
creative male in a female-dominated field,
Right.
people are gonna
And you're not loving
say
sports
that.
or talking about whatever.
exactly.
You're not
but he has
manly.
different
Yeah.
interests, food and style and different things. And
I love a stylish man.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you gay, so everyone take notes.
Yes, we have love for Chyka's man.
Yes.
But Chyka let her have it. She was
I loved what Gamble said about Chyka being super scary when she's mad, because Chyka didn't lose it like Gina did. She wasn't calling her names. She wasn't saying anything super inappropriate. She was just sternly telling her that she's not going to be any part of this. You need to stop it. This is ridiculous. And because she didn't lose her temper, it made it even more
Stronger.
like, whoa, whoa. Okay.
Yeah, and Lydia
She's
kind
very
of backed
in
off.
control of
Because
herself.
Lydia at first was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, give me a break.
Give me a break.
And you could tell in her face that she was like,
knew
crap.
exactly what. And like, one thing about Jackie, I don't think Jackie lies.
I don't
think
either.
Jackie is true. I think Jackie is I think with each of these housewife franchises, there's one person that you can kind of rely on for the truth. Maybe they're a little swayed one way or the other, but they're usually pretty straight shooters.
Yeah.
Jackie's my straight shooter for Melbourne.
Jackie's always been a straight shooter and has, if you kind of notice, has kept everything in that she knows until it gets to the point where someone's
She
being
has
called
to.
out and
Yeah.
she's like, I have to tell the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah.
So here it is. Like, no, actually, you did this, this,
Yeah.
and this. And if that makes us not friends anymore, whatever, because I don't like.
Yeah. And we heard Chyka say she had held it in for a year and a half. This gossip, and wanting to address it with Lydia.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then I think it was Jackie that said she's an effing C.
Well, and she must have talked about Gina as well.
What did
and her
about
husband.
Gina and her husband? I think it was that Gina's husband had affairs.
Yep.
Or not husband, partner.
Partner.
Had affairs, and that Janet had affairs on Brian.
And that relationship, I mean, come on, he got a happy ending right next to her. If that's true, I don't care, Gina or Janet. Like, whatever. Good for you.
And the other thing is, I don't even think like Lydia was really close. Like Janet was like, how would she even know? If first of all,
Right.
It's like that
again,
was way before they
not
were
your
divorced
business.
before the show even started. So how would she know? And yeah, it's just like get effed,
Yeah.
idiot.
Agreed.
But really nasty stuff. And I think it's funny that people think they can like say these things and get away with it. And
Yeah,
it's
she
like
said too
everyone
many-
knows the sources. Like
Right.
you get caught. So
I
I was
think next
happy.
week is gonna be like my favorite episode. I think she's gonna be on the outs completely, and I think they're gonna give it to her.
Speaking of, let's get into some predictions.
Oh yes, I should have saved it. So yeah,
We're missing our lights, so we'll do like this. Predictions. What do you think, Hayley, for next week?
Yeah, so I think that some more of the information about those rumors we were just talking about will kind of be revealed, and Lydia will be completely on the outside of the group now.
Yeah.
Which probably will bring her closer to Petit Fleur again, and it'll be those two against the rest of the world.
I would not want to be in an alliance with Petit Fleur. Like, if you're in an alliance with Petit Fleur, then you should evaluate your life.
Yeah, you should just be alone.
Yeah.
And what else? I think that I'm hoping that we see the scene now because Jackie and Chyka got up to go hang out with Chyka's husband and son at the bar.
I was like, I'd like to see that
So
scene.
I'm hoping we kind of see even just Jackie and Chyka talking one-on-one.
Yeah.
After to get some more information, and then we'll see, because I don't know if I would guess they're probably not in Dubai this whole next episode. Do they go back to Australia?
Probably not. I would think you're probably right.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It looks like, I think it was Gamble said that being Lydia is a cold place to be.
Yeah.
So it seems like Lydia's really going to get pushed out, which will be interesting to see how she responds to that, because she's not somebody that, takes it lying down.
No.
She's going to fight back on it all.
Yep.
So I'm curious if she'll apologize and own up to it, or if she will dish even more out.
Right.
Which
My
could
guess
be
would be she'll
interesting.
dish even more out.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
thinking.
see her.
Yeah. So we've got interesting stuff coming up.
Yes, we do.
But yes, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Angela Struck, and you can find me on Twitter at the Angela Struck and on Instagram and Snapchat at Angela Struck. And
You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Hayley Clover.
We'll see you next week, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.